Hey friends, welcome back to Black Magic Craft. Last video, I made these gnarly rubber roads that just turned out super awesome using this rubber floor mat material. And of course, a ton of people asked, well, could you use that same method and material to make rivers? And my answer is, well, hell yeah, bud. Look at this. Works awesome. So I made my first river using the same floor mat material and it turned out awesome. Now, lots of folks were asking, what is that rubber floor mat material? And my answer is, it's just rubber. It's a rubber floor mat that I bought at Home Depot. You can buy it on the roll, by the foot. They cut it in store. If you don't have that available, I mean, it is literally just a recycled rubber mat made from old tires. So just look around for something similar. This time around, I decided to put the ridges down and utilize the flat other surface to make my life a bit easier. On the roads, I was concerned that maybe it wouldn't sit nicely, but it sits just fine like this. And 100% I would say for roads and rivers in the future, I would do it with the ridge side down. And I cut mine to 24 inches long so that it perfectly would cross one of my standard kind of 2x2 battle mats or battle squares. You could, of course, do a bunch of little sections with a lot of curves and bends or whatever. I don't like that as much. Even with the roads, I like these long pieces and they really make use of the material, like, you know, being so flexible and easy to roll up. I made the river 4 inches wide, wider than the roads. I think 4 inches is probably the minimum because at scale, that's basically like a 20-foot wide river, which is not that wide. It's kind of like a creek. You don't want to go too wide, otherwise you're just gonna have this huge piece, but less than 4 inches might look weird. I can't entirely say why, but I decided to add riverbanks to mine, I guess for that classic terrain look, but you don't need to. If you don't want to add these riverbank edges and you want to keep it super generic and just water, you could avoid this next step and just do the painting and the water effect, kind of like the road where there's no border. But if you want this kind of riverbank effect, you need to build up those edges. And I wouldn't recommend doing it with just caulking. That's just going to be too thick. So I utilize some foam backer rod. You can buy this in a coil in a bag at the hardware store. This is meant for filling large gaps in like doorways and windows and concrete before you apply caulking. It's literally a caulking backing rod, so it works perfect for this. And I sliced it in half to get two sort of half circle shapes that I could then attach to the rubber mat. And I just used the caulking that I would be using afterwards to attach it. And the nice thing about this backer rod is that it's super flexible. So it's easy to bend to the shape of your river. And also it will be able to bend long-term on the finished piece. And I used the same stuff I used on the roads, which is this Dynaflex by DAP. It's a cedar color, kind of like a medium brown, silicone and acrylic mix. Stays very flexible, is already a nice color in case you get any cracking. I had to apply it pretty thick to cover up those mounds, those edges. But the middle, the actual riverbed, I just put on pretty smooth just to get a little bit of adhesion there, you know, cover it up, get a little bit of texture and a place to apply some aggregate. I just smooth it with a wet finger. It really helps if there is some dish soap in that water you're using. It won't stick to your skin too badly, but of course you can wear gloves if you want. If you get any of this stuff all over your work surface, be sure to clean it up with some soap and water before it cures. And then while it's still wet, I took some aggregate, some gravel, some sand, and also some tea, and I sprinkled it along the surface just to give it some rocks and grassy texture. To make sure it was well bonded, I took a wet roller and gently rolled the whole thing, kind of pushing all the aggregate into the caulking to make sure it was really nice and stuck. And it's important that your roller is damp when doing this so that it doesn't all just stick to your roller. Once you've done that, you want to let it sit there. Just sit for at least several hours before you move on to painting or anything else. So while that cures, let's talk about this week's sponsor, Into the AM, who made this and other sick shirts. Now, Into the AM makes awesome clothing, mainly t-shirts, but also stuff like hats, hoodies, joggers, and shorts. They have a constantly updating line of interesting graphic prints as well as basic tees, which I highly recommend if you want something soft, comfy, well-fitting for a dad bod like mine, and that won't shrink in the dryer. Now the artwork is always super bold and eye-catching. It's professionally screen printed and the designs always hold up in the wash. They are easily the best screen printed shirts I've ever owned in terms of the actual screen printing. They are so good. I mean, they're high quality, the printing on them is exceptional. If you got a dresser full of like old, worn, ill-fitting shirts, it's probably time to do an upgrade. Go look at their site, check out all their cool designs, but be sure to use my link in the description to get there, as it will apply a 10% discount on your entire order at checkout. Thanks Into the AM for helping me make this video possible and for making sweet shirts. Now, once you've let that sit for several hours and it's mostly cured, take this opportunity to remove any loose debris, any aggregate that didn't stick very well. Fairly aggressively rub it with your hand. You want stuff that's gonna fall off now and not later. Anything left on is likely gonna hold up really well long term. Now, because I did these kind of riverbanks here, I painted the edges dark brown with a bit of green, and I wet blended it into the riverbed. And at this point, this would work well for a very natural looking stream if you want to do something kind of swampy. Personally, I wanted to go with a more of a cartoonish, fun, blue look, which isn't necessarily the most realistic, but it looks really nice on a gaming table. This footage is a little bit blurry, sorry about that, but essentially all I did was take some various blues and aqua kind of colors and wet blend them in the riverbed, making sure the middle was the darkest part. And if you got any big, large stone aggregates like I did, you can paint those out so that they stand out. And then you gotta wait for the whole thing to dry and cure again. And this time you really wanna make sure it's very dry. I'd say at least wait overnight, if possible, till the next day. And then you can apply your silicone. Now, when I did one of my battle mats previously, I used a very, very clear caulking that I don't think was silicone, it was something else, and it was horrible to work with. It was very, very thick and it didn't apply well. So this time I just went with some mono silicone, which is a very easy, common brand to find. It's a lot less viscous. And if you're buying silicone, once you crack it, if it smells like horrible burning vinegar, that's probably gonna be a good one to use. And I decided to tint mine with some ink. I used an alcohol-based ink that is meant for epoxies because it doesn't have any water in it that might, cause some issues. But realistically, a tiny bit of latex acrylic ink, like Liquitex ink, in the silicone is probably gonna be just fine. Of course, you could use something like this, the Vallejo water texture. It looks amazing. It's basically what I'm making here, but this is a more DIY approach. Once you got it all mixed up, just spread it out roughly, mostly trying to avoid getting it on the riverbanks where you don't want it later. Spread it out using a wet finger. Again, dish soap in the water is gonna help greatly here. You can get away without using a glove, but using a glove is a little bit easier. You don't have to wash up much afterwards. And don't be afraid to get the silicone wet. You can essentially have a layer of thin water all over the top of it to make it not sticky while spreading it out. And as it cures, that will just evaporate off the top. Once it's all smoothed out, you just gotta let it sit and cure. And it takes another good day. So this isn't necessarily like a fast project. The actual working time is very fast, but there is a few stages where you have to let it sit overnight. So make sure you give yourself 2 or 3 days to make a set of these. Now they don't look hyper realistic, but they look like nice, good, classic bits of tabletop terrain. I love the look of them, and they are so durable. They're thin, they're flexible, they're just good all around. And I only made this one. I think you could improve it. I'd like to try some where it doesn't have the riverbanks and it's just water, so it's even more generic. If you were to make these in kind of like irregular oval or circle shapes, they'd make excellent ponds. Really, this rubber material is a fantastic find, and there's all sorts of stuff you can do with it. The other thing people are asking is, can you use it to make a full battle mat? And if you think that isn't the next thing I want to do, you're crazy. Yeah, I think it would work awesome for a full battle mat. I'm gonna call this an absolute win. I love this project. Very cool, very satisfying. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know in the comment section below. If you have any more questions about this material or process, I will try to answer them the best I can. If you want to grab some tools or supplies online for your own hobby needs, be sure to check out the Blackmagic Craft essential equipment page at blackmagiccraft.ca. Shopping through those links helps support the production of these videos. And if you like these videos, if you find them helpful, if you find them valuable, and you want to help me keep making them, the best way you can do that is by joining the Blackmagic Craft Fellowship on Patreon. That support is crucial to allowing me to make these. That's it, that's all. I'll see you again next time. Cheers. Look at that. It's nice. That's nice. Like that? You like that river? You like that bendy river? I know you like that bendy river. Is this a waterfall?